Sly Cooper in 5 minutes. Sort of. Everything you need to know about the story so far. Spoiler alert. Once upon a time, there was a raccoon named Sly Cooper and a special book known as the Thieves Raccoonus. This book catalogs Sly's family history and is basically a manual of how to steal from those who deserve it. Before it can be given to Sly, a group called the Fiendish Five, led by the evil Clockwork, kills Sly's father and steals the book. Sly is sent to an orphanage where he befriends a brilliant nerd of a turtle named Bentley and Murray, a huge pink hippo with a penchant for smashing things. The trio grow up together and start to pull off extravagant heists as the Cooper Gang. Their new goal: steal the Thieves Raccoonus back from the Fiendish Five and restore the Cooper legacy. Unfortunately, stealing stuff tends to piss off the cops something awful. Carmelita Fox is an Interpol agent committed to taking down the Cooper Gang after a string of successful heists, but her interest in Sly may not just be work-related.
A little dinner, a little dancing. I think I can help you out.
After a friendly bit of cat and mouse, or fox and raccoon, the Cooper Gang manages to snatch back the bits of the book one at a time. Sly stomps Sir Rally, cashes out Mugshot, axes Ms. Ruby, and overthrows the Panda King. That only leaves Clockwork, who as part of Supervillain Handbook Rule number 134, has constructed a lair in the middle of a volcano. After saving Carmelita from a poison gas death, Sly grabs a jetpack and beats the robotic snot out of Clockwork. Indebted to Sly and the gang for saving her life, Carmelita gives the group a 10-second head start, Sly kisses her while cuffing her to a platform, and everyone scoots off to happy days, all missing the fact that Clockwork's eye opens. Creepy. Flash forward a couple years. The remnants of Clockwork's body is being showcased at a museum in Cairo because that's a good idea. Sly infiltrates the museum to steal the parts and destroy them, but finds they've already been taken. Carmelita is also lying in wait with her new partner, Constable Neela. Sly escapes, but not before learning of a group called the Claw Gang, who is using the bits of Clockwork to do bad guy stuff. Sly, once again joined by Murray and Bentley, manages to take down the Claw Gang one at a time. Dimitri, a money-laundering iguana, the Indian tiger Rajan, and, surprise, Neela, who turns out to be a bad girl. She frames Carmelita and imprisons the gang, minus Bentley, in the jail of the Contessa, a spider lady. Ew. Bentley springs the gang, who go on to put an end to the Contessa's hypno-nonsense. They then take on another gang member, Jean Besson, who is using Clockwork's talons, lungs, and stomach to clear the Canadian wilderness and transport cargo on trains that never run out of steam. The final confrontation rests with Arpeggio, a rather tiny little parrot who wants to use the Clockwork parts to make himself immortal using the power of hate. Very ambitious guy. However, before all that can happen, Neela double-crosses Arpeggio, enters the Clockwork frame herself, and crushes him in her beak. A battle ensues and the Cooper Gang come out on top, but not before Bentley gets seriously injured in the process. However, the world is saved again. 1 year passes. The gang is on the trail of the fabled Cooper Vault, a secret location that contains the conquests and treasures of past Coopers. On the stormy Kane Island, the group finds the vault, but is attacked by Dr. M, a vengeful simian with a plug on his head. As Sly has the life squeezed out of him, he flashes back to the moments where he learned about the island fortress Dr. M has constructed and the assembly of a new gang, bigger and badder and furrier than before. Bentley is now permanently stuck in a wheelchair, and Murray, so distraught that he couldn't save his buddy, ends up going on a vision quest in the Australian outback. After convincing Murray to come back to the gang along with the Guru, an indecipherable mentor, the crew pick up remote control wonderkin Penelope, who's just nerdy enough to make Bentley all a Twitter, and, in a surprise twist, the Panda King and Dimitri, who have both hung up their villain sashes and turned over a new leaf. In between the recruitment efforts, there's still room to beat on a few real bad guys, including Don Octavio, an operatic lion, an evil mask in the outback that possesses Carmelita, a pint-sized biplane ace named the Black Baron, a Chinese chicken named General Tsao, and a pirate parrot named La Fui.
There's a storm blowing in. I'll be just inside torturing the prisoners.
After cobbling together the new, improved Cooper Gang, they assault Kane Island, and things catch up to the point where Sly is about to be crushed. Lucky for him, Carmelita is there in the nick of time to save him. Time for a rematch. After raiding the vault, they take on Dr. M once again. Sly takes a blast meant for Carmelita, the enraged Fox takes out M, and Sly seemingly gets amnesia from the entire ordeal. Carmelita tells him that he is actually her partner, which is a half-sweet, half-weird way of keeping him close. Aww. They escape the Fortress Island and Dr. M is smushed. With Sly gone, the gang disbands, each living out a life of luxury and fulfillment. Bentley, however, is able to catch a final glimpse of Sly. With a wink toward the binoculars, Sly reveals that he's been faking amnesia all along to stay with Carmelita. Aww.
That sneaky devil.
So all's well that ends well. Until a disturbance in the space-time continuum starts to erase the Thieves Raccoonus, the gang needs to reunite once again to repair history as we know it. So warm up the time machine, folks. It's time to go back to the future. Or something like that.